All right. Hello, everybody. Let me just move this screen very, very quickly so we can get the whole party started. There we go. We are live. Hello, everybody. Hope you have an amazing day today. I would like to salute everybody over Discord and also everybody over YouTube, X, and Twitch as well. As of yesterday, we're also back at streaming with Twitch. I believe StreamYard finally managed its own issues with Twitch. And yeah, we are pretty much multi streaming, multi planetary, however you wish to call it. Let me just put the Discord banner. So, guys, if you wish to join the conversation, you can do that by joining our Discord server. It's discord.gg/davidtech. I believe it's in the video description as well, live stream description as well. And yeah, if you wish to join the conversation and ask away a question via microphone, you don't want to continuously type and whatever, you can be free to join. Also, we are live streaming Monday to Thursday every day at a similar time, bringing community updates, new strategies, new indicators, freshly made for you. Sounded like bread, but you get the idea. So let me move forward with the presentation very, very quickly. First and foremost, the disclaimer, guys, we are not financial advisors. We are just trying to debunk the markets with the tools available. And if there are no tools available, we are actually building them, building indicators, strategies, tools, MCP servers, and all the beautiful stuff that we also aim to share with you as well. If you're getting approached by somebody claiming to be a David Tech official or David directly or myself and ask for, I don't know, money or investment or one-time payment or subscription towards another product, that's 100% fake, guys. Do not get caught with such scam. Unfortunately, there are people which are doing that, but it's very, very unfortunate. Unfortunately, we cannot manage the steal of our Discord IDs. Whenever we see a new channel on YouTube claiming to be us, we are immediately reporting it. And of course, Google has to take it down as soon as possible, which sometimes, unfortunately, takes a couple of days. So, if you have any questions through the live stream, feel free to either join the Discord server and use the voice chat, also the chat inside Discord, or if you do not wish that and wish to just chat with us, feel free to make a comment either on YouTube, Twitch, or X. Today's agenda, 20th of May 2026. We have some topics to discuss. Most important one would be the newest David Tech indicator, which Yuli has made. In case you're not aware, Yuli is an electrical engineering teacher. He's been with us for 4 months already, for 3 months. He's been building indicators, and of course, we aim to turn them into strategies, profitable strategies, which he's doing an amazing job, in my opinion, so far. And yeah, the model would be Monday, it's a new indicator release. Wednesday, we revisit it and try to push it a little bit more towards a strategy or find some better settings. I will let him explain that a little bit more. After that, we are going to check out my newest project, my new local backtester, on which I aim to backtest all of the Yuli's indicators, all of the David Tech indicators that we have published over strategyfactory.ai. And also some of the very best downloaded, upvoted indicators over Tradingview. It's a mix and match game. So I'm taking the most popular cryptos, most popular Forex indices, stocks, whatever. I trade them uniquely with one indicator only and then try to mix them as well. I also have included the pips as take profit and stop loss as of today, and I believe we have made our collection larger with like 100 new strategies, which is great. Of course, everything, I mean, 99% is managed by Codex. I've built more than 99% of this whole project with the help of Codex, on which I'm very helpful. AI has pretty much changed my life. If I want to build something, I no longer have to wait and rely over David. And I just ask away Codex and it's gonna build it. For myself, of course, I'm not a coder, no programmer, not a developer. I just have a rough idea about everything in regards to trading, and try to um, tell Codex exactly what I wish and how I wish to be done. Without further talking, I would like to introduce you to Yuli. He's again an electrical engineer teacher. He's been coding indicators for PineScript and for our community. Yuli, how are you doing, my friend?
Hi Vlad, hi everyone. Glad to be here again. Here
Nice
we
to be
go
here.
again. Let me share my screen.
Again for like the 14th time.
Yes, actually we are in the time of grading students, so this week comes hand in hand with what we are doing here. It's good
All right.
to change our focus on something else. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Just 1 second. There we go. We're good to go.
Good. So yeah, before starting, yeah, the vibe coding is an interesting thing that
The
happens
best
this
thing
year.
at the moment. The best.
Yes, yes. I mean, it's amazing what these AI tools can do. Unfortunately, for us in the engineering side, coding is like a tool, is not mandatory, but you have to do it. But yeah, it's uh, it's interesting what you can do these days. Okay, guys. So Um, as you know, and already Vlad somehow presented, every week we are introducing a new indicator, and by Monday we have a presentation to take like an in-deep understanding of that indicator, like the core idea on which the indicator is based, the logic flow of the indicator, and the math behind it. Since this is recorded, I think it's very good for you because when you will put your hands on these tools, these indicators, you should have all the necessary skills to use it and to play around on different markets, time frames, strategies, and so on. So yeah, I think it's great for you to have this. Also, by Wednesday, we are turning that indicator into a very simple strategy. We just take profit and stop loss in order to see how the indicator perform by itself. So yeah, it's great to have like a first look on the indicator performance on just a simple strategy. Always keep in mind that you can definitely enhance the indicator with other indicators or even with more complex strategies than the ones that we are presenting. Um, if you want, like a target in the future, so based on our results presented every Wednesday when you are starting to play around with these indicators. It would be like a challenge for you to get better than our results from just take profit and stop loss. So for today, I have some results for you. Firstly, we'll start with the Bitcoin. We are on 30 minutes, not really so many times. We are on this time frame, so it would be interesting. So the first look in TradingView platform. This is our indicator. You can see what we already presented on Monday, the risk on and the risk off, and our oscillator around the dead zone band and the uh, dead zone value, and of course the upper and lower thresholds. So another great thing about Wednesday is that we will explain every input for you, starting with the most important one, going to like the fine tuning inputs. So yeah, after all, you should definitely uh, have a great view of the indicator and how to use it. As we have discussed in other weeks, we are evolving, to say so, like every week. So we see what is working well, like algorithms, methods, or even the visual things, outputs, and so on. And we are trying with every indicator to get better and better results. So by now we are on that time where we have a section for like every inputs that are related with each other. We also have tooltips for every input, like with like a short description, how to tune it, mean, max, and default values, and yeah, other great stuff to make it easier for you to use it. So, related to how we should use this indicator and what every input does, well, firstly, you should start with the signals section, which is the main controls for the signal firing. So we are usually on most of the indicators, we will see this kind of threshold and depth zone. The first input, so the signal threshold, this is the main level required to trigger a signal. So buy or pre-con signal needs the indicator score to be above this threshold. And of course, sell or risk of signal needs the indicator score to be below the negative version of this threshold. Higher value, fewer, stronger signals, while lower values will give you more signals, but of course, more noise. After that, we have the signal dead zone. So this creates a neutral zone around zero. If the indicator score is between the plus minus of this value, the system treats the market as neutral and ignores weak signals. Of course, higher values means more neutral filtering, fewer trades, while lower values means faster reactions and more trades. And in the end of this section, we have the signal cooldown bars. So this is the minimum number of bars required between raw signals. This input prevents clustered signals happening too close together. So higher value, fewer repeated signals. Lower value allows faster re-entry after a previous signal firing. After that, we have our second section, so the core AVT tail model. This section controls the main extreme move detection logic. So we start with the window, which is the look back period used to calculate the extreme return threshold and tail statistics. Higher value mean you will get like more stable behavior, and it will be, of course, slower to adapt, while a lower value means faster adaptation but noisier. After that, we have the threshold percentile. So this input defines what counts as an extreme return. So the script looks at the absolute returns and treats returns above this percentile as tail events. Higher value, only very extreme moves count. Lower value, more moves count as tail events. So for example, here 93.5 means the model focuses on moves larger than roughly 94%, to say so, of recent absolute returns. Of course, if you get, I don't know, to 95, 98, you'll get a stricter behavior. Like, and for example, a lower value like a 90 would be more sensitive. After this, we have the smooth input. So this is the EMEA smoothing applied to upside, downside tail pressure. Higher values, smoother score, fewer sudden changes. Lower values, faster but noisier signal behavior. We also have the excess cap multiple. So this caps the impact of a single huge candle. So one abnormal move does not distort the model too much. So higher value means very large shocks have more influence, while lower value means large outliers are controlled more aggressively. The mean tail events, this input is related to the minimum number of tail events required before signals are allowed. So higher value, stricter sample quality, lower value allows signals earlier, but with less statistical confirmation. And the last one, the normalization window. So this is the look back window used to normalize tail activity into a 0 to 100 activity rank. Higher value activity rank is more stable. Uh, Lower value activity rank reacts faster to recent volatility tail activity. And the last one, we have the drift confirmation section. So this inputs confirms that price direction agrees with the EVT signal. So first we have the drift window, so the number of bars used to measure directional drift, higher value, slower, cleaner trend confirmation, lower value, faster, more sensitive drift confirmation. The drift smooth, this is the EMEA smoothing applied to the drift score. Higher value, smoother confirmation, lower value, faster confirmation, but of course more noisy. And the last one, drift mean score. So this is the minimum drift strength required to confirm long or short signals. Higher value, stronger directional confirmation required. Lower value, weaker drift is accepted, producing more signal. And beside these inputs, we have our two filters. So the tail activity filter. So this one checks whether there is enough tail activity for signals to be counted. So we can see here that we have the activity min rank input. So this is related to the minimum normalized tail activity required before signals are allowed. Higher value signals only during stronger tail activity regimes, lower values, more signals during uh, quiet, quieter conditions. The expansion enable, so this is like a toggle button. You can see when we turn it off, the next input becomes unavailable. So if enabled, tail activity must be rising before signals are allowed. If this input is false, only activity rank is checked, and of course for the true, activity must also be increasing. So for this, we'll use it as on. We'll see after the results. And the expansion look back, so the number of bars used to compare whether activity is expanding. So only active if activity expansion enable is on, as we saw. Higher value means slower activity expansion confirmation, and lower values means faster activity expansion confirmation. And the last one, late shock guard. So this filter tries to block late entries after very large same direction shocks. So here we have our toggle button, which turns the late shock filter on or off. If the value is true, it will block late signals after very large same direction moves. If it's on off or false, allows more continuation signals. And here we have the first input, so the look back bars, the number of recent bars checked for an overextended shock. Higher value, you will get more signals uh, blocked for longer after a shock. Lower value allows signals sooner after a shock. And the last input, max return multiple. So this one defines how large a move must be relative to the AVT threshold to count as a shock. So higher value, only very extreme moves are blocked. Lower value, more moves are considered shocks. So more signals are blocked. And of course, because we have converted this indicator into a strategy, we can see the take profit and stop loss. So now let's check the results. So let's do it like this. So I can see it. You don't want me. I can get it higher. Okay. Let me check again the window. No. Ah, okay. It doesn't work like that. Okay. So let's see. We are on Bitcoin 30 minutes time frame. As you saw in other strategies that we are doing on Wednesday, we are setting the commission 0.04, and I always like to start with 40 for the order size. But in the end, in order to simulate the leverage, we can increase this. So, for example, now you can see on 40 that we have the drawdown of around 3%. So that's why we are trying to apply some kind of leverage. However, it seems on this indicator, and it's not really the first time, we are kind of limited by the order size. So definitely for a strategy that is using this indicator, you should have the leverage option, because as you can see, I'm already almost on the maximum value, and the maximum equity drawdown is around 6%, which let's say it's quite lower than the usual value that we are used to work around, the 20%. Anyway, let's see the results. So we have approximately 102% profit. It's not bad for Bitcoin, at least. Um, we already discussed a little about the maximum equity drawdown. So we are usually used to play around 20% with the drawdown. I mean, it's great that we have a lower percentage, but if you increase this, you'll get even better results. But yeah, it's a very nice thing to see this kind of low drawdown even on almost maximum order size. Total trades, we don't have so many. We have like 28 for like 1 year and some. So it's like one trade per 2 months, something like that. So yeah, related to the number of trades, we are not doing so great. However, we were expecting this kind of behavior based on the oscillator engine behind the indicator. But yeah, you can always try to lower the threshold in order to increase the number of signals. And of course, you can play around with the dead zone as well. Win rate 82%. This is kind of rare to see, but it's not something abnormal since we have so few trades. So yeah, I would, and I usually don't count it like a very useful metric, the win rate. I mean, as always Vlad says, even if we have, I don't know, 20% win rate, but those wins are covering the losses. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter this kind of metric, but yeah, it's let's say it's nice to have this kind of high number. Profit factor, well, for now we have a great profit factor, 6.65. it's amazing. But yeah, we should definitely try it maybe for more years to see on more trades and so on. If this kind of results are keeping consistent. Benchmarking, uh, it looks okay for the number of trades that we have. So in the beginning, we we see we are not performing so well, but after that, this curve it's keep increasing with like a constant slope. So this is good to see. For sure, it needs some more time before actually trading with this, or at least to have more history. Benchmarking maximum value, we are 3 times better, so around 100% compared with 30%. So again, it seems we are beating the Bitcoin. So this is great news again. Current value, almost oh, it's the same as the maximum one, so this is great. Again, 100% compared with minus 22%. Definitely, we don't want to be in this buy and hold situation. And of course, the minimum, again, we are beating it 0% compared with minus 35%. So yeah, overall the results are looking promising. I would definitely say that at least on this market we should check two things. Firstly, on a longer period to see if the results are consistent, and also maybe try something with the leverage to play around with the drawdown. But in the, let's say, in the actual form, the results are really looking promising, and it's great to have this kind of results. Okay, so next one, let's see, we are on Gala 2 hour time frame. So I'm always trying to present you different kind of markets. So this way we check that the indicator is work on if it's working on multiple markets. We are also trying every time to present different time frames. So also it's an interesting thing to have an indicator that is working on different kind of time frames. So here, let's see. I can actually, I will go back just a second to Bitcoin. I mean, we have presented already this, but just to have a look on it. So we saw we have only the first filter active. The shock guard is not active. Profit factor 3.4, not so high, not so low. However, the stop loss is quite high, at least for what I'm usually like to use. I mean, it's 2.7. But yeah, sometimes some indicators, some algorithms are working better on higher stop losses than on lower ones like 1% or 1.5. So yeah, turning back to Gala, our time frame. Here we have like 5 years, and we have approximately 200% profit. Great to have it, this kind of result. Uh, Again, the drawdown, we can see it's lower than, let's say, our supposed target of 20%. If we check the order size, again, you can see I hit the, let's say, the maximum value. If you increase it after this, only the win rate is dropping with no profit at all. So yeah, this is kind of maximum value. Total trades 135. Not so many trades. However, if they are good trades, so maybe if you are using this indicator in a mix of indicators and you are selecting just the good ones, as we can see. Definitely uh, you should have this kind of indicator in your bucket, to say so. Win rate this time around 50%. This is okay, and the profit factor 1.89. This is like really great. It's a good result on the profit factor. Equity curve, we have few trades, so that's why it's looking quite weird. Again, we have some losses in the beginning. After that, it's just increasing with the same constant slope that we saw before until this point. Here we can see a decrease with some kind of flat zone, and after that it has a high rise and keeps consistent while increasing. So yeah, definitely this zone it's great. We want this kind of behavior. Benchmarking maximum value 208% compared with 0%. Current value 202% compared with minus 100, and of course minus let's say approximately 2.5% compared with approximately minus 100. Definitely we are beating this. We have some good results on this indicator as well. Good. And let's check the last one. So we are on Gala, 2 hour time frame. Total profit 359%. This is great. Again, we are talking about a very simple strategy with only take profit and stop loss without using
Impressive.
any other indicators. Maximum equity drawdown, again, lower than, let's say, our 20%. So yeah, we can check it again. You can see on the, let's say, almost maximum value. We are on 5 years history, again, not so many trades, 110, win rate 40%, profit factor, again, a great one, 2.05. Equity curve, this looks more consistent than uh, the Gala one. So it's increasing with like a constant rate, having some flat zones from here to there, but nothing looks so bad. I mean, if it just increasing after the, you can see it's like a pattern. So it's increasing, it has a flat zone, it's increasing, it has a flat zone, increasing, flat zone, and so on. So if it keeps this kind of step behavior, it would be great. Benchmarking, uh, yeah, I mean, we we definitely we are beating this. So yeah, 400% compared with 13%, and the current value and the minimum value on buy and hold are both on minus 100. While ours, the current value is almost equal with the maximum one, and the minimum is on 0%. So yeah, definitely great results. So yeah, this was the indicator converted into the strategy for today. Um, it's interesting. I don't think we had this kind of, let's say, behavior on what we have presented already. We have seen for like one or two, maybe this kind of equity drawdown issue, as I like to call it. But again, it's great to have a low drawdown. It's that I'm always trying to keep with the community behavior, to say so. So that's why I'm trying to play around the 20% drawdown. But yeah, it seems that now I'm limited by the order size, and I should, in future, I should add beside the take profit and stop loss inputs, uh, leverage. So yeah, uh, overall, you can see, and we were expecting that even from Monday. We were not expecting so many trades, and it was confirmed today. Of course, you can increase the number of trades by lowering the threshold, but in that way, you will get more signals, but also more noise. So it will be more quantitative instead of quality uh, uh, signals. Profit factors for all of them, they were great, and overall results as well. So yeah, thank you everyone. Please don't hesitate to put any kind of questions regarding to the indicator, to the strategy, or if you have I don't know, curiosities, or if you want something like another market, or so on. So yeah, we are trying different kind of markets, time frames, and so on. We are not limited to one. Good. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Vlad.
Awesome work, Yuli. Great job. There's actually a question about the amount of trades. And let me
Yes.
add myself something to it. So, when you start to optimize, for example, you have created the indicator, you just load it, and you're just getting some base settings or setups.
Mm-hmm.
Do you aim originally for low amount of trades and then to start, or do you like search for the best start, or are you creating your best chances by optimizing whatever is there and try to aim
Okay.
for the best?
I'm trying to look for like balance, but based on how my market is behaving, like in this moment. I mean, I'm trying to lower the threshold, and sometimes even the dead zone, so to allow more signal to count uh, as trades. But yeah, if I'm seeing that I'm going in the wrong direction, but just getting more trades, I would stop. Also, keep in mind on most of the indicators, if you have any kind of filters, start the tuning without them. So turn off the filters. Uh, Try to tune your indicator with the available inputs, and after that play around with the filters and see if it gives you something good or not. So sometimes they do something, sometimes they not. It depends on the firing signals that the indicator is looking. But yeah, you should start with some kind of balanced uh, number of trades. I'm always looking for, let's say, more trades, because I am sure when I am hitting the fine tuning part that I will lower them. So that's why
Hmm.
I hope
For
this fulfills the.
sure.
Please.
For myself, I'm also aiming to have the best start ever. For example, I just get, for example, like your indicator is getting turned into a strategy, and then try to find my best case scenario, like the top three or top five, depending on how many I'm actually finding. Because, for example, if I'm seeing a chart with five trades and all of them are actually losses, there is no point in optimizing. But worst case scenario, if it's just that, then again, most probably it's just the threshold that's a little bit too aggressive from the beginning. And yeah, all we do is just lowering it and
Yeah, and
uh
also I think it depends on your kind of trading. I mean, if you are working on lower time frames, middle ones, or even higher ones, 4 hour, 8 hours, one day, and so on. So it also depends on your trading style.
True, and also the TradingView package available because I believe ours have like 20,000 candles or even lower than that, like 10,000 candles. If you're going with a free subscription, that's like 1,000 candles or something like that, so close to nothing. If you apply like a moving average 200, you're just waiting like 200 candles just to have the moving average to generate based on the previous
Yeah.
200 candles. So yeah, it's multiple things involved into how many trades is going to be, how to predict that, and how to get as many as possible. Because, like Yuli said, you should definitely have a balance between quality and quantity.
Yeah, so yeah, that would be like a rule of thumb. Try to looking for more trades, but not when we are including too many bad ones. So you should stop when you see this kind of behavior. But yeah, the idea is to aim for more trades because definitely when you are getting to the fine tuning part, you will start to get rid of them.
Another question, but not really a question, but like a statement. Normally, we have multiple indicators, and I think if one of them is as strict as we are getting near to zero trades, therefore, I'm asking. This indicator that Yuli made is actually made of multiple ones. Yuli, if you wish to speak a little bit more.
Yeah, so the let's say the model that we are using right now is including like more algorithms. It's not just a simple one like a moving average. You apply just a formula and that's it. So here we have different kind of algorithms, even the threshold engine that you have to cross over or cross under. So yeah, it's like a mix of indicators to say so, but applied to some kind of logic or complex models coming from engineering or so on.
Basically, you would not use this indicator with like the NNFX model, like to use this one as a confluence or main indicator or whatever. This is pretty much like NNFX, a model of indicators altogether.
Yeah, we can call it like that. So they are not simple indicators. They are like next level kind of indicators that are combining the most or I don't know, an optimized version uh, of combination of indicators. So for example, the filters that we have here, they they best fit this kind of behavior or the engine behind the indicator. But yeah, also I'm trying to put these toggles on off if you don't want to use them and just keep the logic of the indicator. You can keep it like this. If you want a more complex than that, you can activate the filters. So yeah.
Perfect. Also, a couple of people saying that's an impressive strategy.
Thank you. I mean, out of the box with just take profit, stop loss. Yeah, it definitely looks promising. So this is what we are trying to do here. It's like debunking our indicators after we build them. We try to kind of stress test them with this simple strategy. Also, I forgot to mention that mm, there are some indicators that we have already built that are definitely enhanced by the boilerplate, the David Tech tool, the amazing tool. So you should check that as well. And as I said before, um, you should try it with different indicators or even more complex strategies, like I don't know, risk to reward and so on. So yeah, this is like um, we are we are aiming first to see how the indicator performs in simple terms and how to tune it.
Awesome. Again, impressive work, Yuli. Really, really amazed.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. If you guys have any questions until the end of the stream, you also have a dedicated questions and answers uh, segment as well. Let me just share back my screen very, very quickly. So we are moving also with the.
Sorry, Vlad. Sorry,
Oh,
Vlad. Just a second. I just saw another question regarding the how to so Goldwing wanted to see if the number of trades it's increasing based on what we were saying before. So just few seconds.
sure.
Okay, so can you see it?
All good. Yeah, yeah.
Good. So firstly, let's check if our filter cuts trades or just are improving them. So you can see here we have 6 trades cut by the filter, and yes, if we are decreasing the threshold, we should see an increase in the number of trades. But yeah, it depends on the market. It depends on the logic of the indicator, how it is firing the signals. So you can see we almost double them by just decreasing the threshold. Also, the dead zone sometimes it plays a crucial role in increasing the number of trades as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Also, there have been better ones so far. Like I like to call it, and Yuli doesn't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
call it.
It should
Uh,
be provoking me, right? I mean, I
don't be too
beat the
sentimental.
Bitcoin
Yeah,
this week and last week, and the last week with 1,500 out of take profit and stop loss strategies. So please.
impressive. That was one for the books, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I have a new challenge now.
All good. Definitely looking forward to that challenge. So let me just grab your attention for the moment. Let me try to open up everything else on my end. Let's do this. I'm not going to change towards the presentation. I'm going to jump directly into the uh, project itself. Let me move over StreamYard as well, making sure that everybody over YouTube, X, and Twitch actually can see. Also, big salutations for everybody that's watching, 25 people. Make sure, guys, to join our Discord server. Let me push the link here for an extra second. So, let me just uh, look into that very, very quickly. So, back at it. We've been building, we as myself and Codex, GPT 5.5 extra high model, we've been building a local backtester involving the indicators that Yuli has made, involving the David Tech most popular indicators that are actually offered as open source on our website over strategyfactory.ai, and also some of the most popular top 10 or so most upvoted, most popular indicators over Tradingview. And I can definitely see some improvements. I also added the table function here inside the um, dashboard. We can definitely see now we have the symbols, the time frames, the return percentage, the profit factor, the maximum drawdown, and also the amount of trades over both crypto. This would be the crypto ones, and over non-crypto, how we wish to call them, everything beyond crypto. So forex, indices, stocks, whatever. Let's just call them non-crypto. We have also made an improvement on the amounts. Let me just uncheck that very, very quickly. So back before we had close to 500, now we are pushing towards 600 total setups. I also added just a very small and limited run of trying pips as take profit as and stop loss. And yeah, we can definitely see some very interesting ones. Again, this is pretty much very fresh, like the pips ones were just added. Of course, we don't see any history. Let me just try to show you guys some charts and also the upgrades that I've made. So I'm going to only show the profitable incubation for the moment, and I'm going to filter by incubation profit high to low, incubation profit high to low. There we go. And also let's apply a second filter just by looking at them. Let's pick something that has, for example, over 360 trades. Let's pick something which Yuli has made, the Lyapunov one. What else do we want? Let's open this one again, another Lyapunov, and the MMV2 TKO and a couple of others indicators. And for the non-crypto, let's see very, very quickly what we have here. This is exotic match filter. So I believe this is from the second ones that have been added. Bollinger and something. I'm looking for something with more trades. There we go, something with the oil. Let's see. Do you see anything familiar right here? Let's open this one as well, and this one. I believe we are pretty good for the moment. So let's take a look at the crypto ones for the moment. Look at that. Looks amazing in my opinion, just as a very first start. I mean, we can definitely see that we are starting to get some history. The last refresh on getting some new data was just before the webinar, so like 2 hours ago or something like that. So data should be as fresh as possible. We can even zoom in a little bit more if you wish to see the incubation performance, the forward testing. I also added the mouse over tooltip as well, so we can see the back test all together and also the forward added. So it starts as soon as the forward equity curve starts, the forward continuation. We also have a margin and leverage calculator as well. I would also like to add another equity curve or equity line of the maximum drawdown with the margin and the leverage used, because that will be very interesting to see as well. Also, we have the backtest window 2021 and so far 2026. For some reason, oh yes, that's correct, because that was one of the very first ones. Yes, that's one of the very, very first ones that have been added. That's why it has a pretty long history already. So it's like 3 weeks in. So yeah, time, it's on our side as of now. Of course, we do have the initial capital of $500. Initially, we were starting with 2x leverage and 2% margin. Of course, we have now added the custom layers as well. Of course, it goes crazy to a certain degree, but yeah, overall looks very good. It no longer maximized the image. So yeah, Codex has done a pretty good job. Other than that, let's see very, very quickly other stuff. This one looks pretty good as well. I mean, we have history from 4th of May as well. Pretty much the same thing. Let's check an ARB. Not so great than the previous ones, but still, maybe it's going to be a good one in the future.
So for
Something
this
on.
one, for example, it should be better to have a low red line when it's below the.
Oh, right
Yeah,
here,
it would be more
red.
intuitive.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
This would be a later update.
Mm-hmm.
For the, it's very easy. It's just visuals. I really wanted to get to the point of making sure that the data is stored correctly and we are getting data correctly, and we have the indicator logic correctly. So it's like on pair with TradingView. So for example, if I were to get the Pine script of this setup and put it inside TradingView, going to ARB over which exchange, I don't remember, over OKX, perpetual contract over 15 minutes chart time frame, it should be also putting the same commission, I believe 0.07% or 0.06, one of the two. It should be 1-to-1. Of course, I've seen that, for example, when you get the data from exchange and data from TradingView, sometimes it's very weird. Sometimes maybe TradingView is keeping a candle, but it's like extremely rare. But yeah, it's pretty obsolete in my opinion, because back in the day I also tried another way of locally backtesting, but not really. I was trying to feed the candle data to an AI to create an indicator for it. If you guys remember the indicator that I've made with over 90% win rate, which we are definitely going to have a look on its performance next week or tomorrow, because yeah, I'm pretty excited as well to see if the 90% win rate stood out over time, which is now close to 2 months or something like that already. So yeah, that's going to be definitely interesting in my opinion to see how it performs live. Hopefully we're going to manage to get through the idea of conditional orders rather than for the conditions to stay valid until the candle close. It's a conditional order, so we're having a trigger for a price level to get to. So for example, the conditions have met, the price must get to this level in this amount of time in order to have a valid trade. Otherwise, it's unvalidated. You must not take that trade. So it's a little bit difficult than the basic David Tech strategies. So back to the candle data. Sometimes over TradingView, some candle data is skipped. For example, you are missing a candle, and it doesn't kill the whole backtest, but sometimes it could be different. It happened to me with AI because basically it was telling me there is an error, there's a candle missing, and it could be pretty important because, for example, that candle data could have like an order or maybe a stop loss or something relying to that, and it's going to, of course, have an impact if it's, for example, from the very beginning and you're using a percentage and the leverage percentage trading with your available capital. Of course, that's going to have at least a small change to the equity curve of the profit over time. Cool. So back at it, just let me check if there is actually any questions. I see Yuli has replied to the most questions. Thank you very much, Yuli. And a bunch of hellos over the stream. Guys, again, let me just pull out again the banner for Discord for the 35 people watching us. Feel free to join. Oh, no, not that one. This one, there you go. That will be the Discord one. Discord.gg/DavidTech. It's also in the live stream description. Make sure to join the conversation if you also have any question or wish to speak directly rather than typing. So back again to the local backtester. Other than that, there are some improvements to be made, like Yuli said. Definitely when we go beyond the zero line, we should have our equity curve in the red. And also, I would like some kind of better adjustment for the leverage and the margin use. For example, in regards to the drawdown, in regards to all of the other stats as well. And yeah, let's move over to the non-crypto at the moment. So again, I have selected some of the charts to have a look at. Let's see here. We have the US oil over 30 minutes. We have the data since 2025. I'm not sure why it picked the 2025 data. I'm going to definitely ask Codex to mine some of the older data as well. Not sure why, maybe like a new pair over Tradingview, but most probably not. Maybe it's like the data provider that Codex has managed to get that has the fresh data. So yeah, not so much to tell over this one. We have the data again from 2025, January 3rd. Let's see. I'm not sure if these values are correctly, guys. I've never traded other than crypto stuff, so I'm not sure even what BPS mean, to be honest. I see here that we're using 0 as commission. Not sure if that's fair, but yeah, I mean, I'll definitely need to look into a little bit more. But most important is that we have backtested the strategy, and we can, of course, apply later the commission. Is just applying a formula to the data that we currently have, so it shouldn't be that complicated. Yeah, other than that, I mean, so far so good. This one looks pretty good. We have how many trades? We have 6 trades. So yeah, so far so good. I'm pretty happy with the project overall. Definitely want to see what's happening with it in a couple of months. Maybe could be the start of Davitech jumping into other than crypto assets. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, for today. If you have any other question, there's going to be a Q&A session at the end. At the moment, let me just share my screen back to the presentation very quickly, jumping over stream as well, making sure that everybody can see my screen. There we go. So if you have any questions at the end, I would like to do a small performance update. As you guys might be aware, we are pretty much in the top traders, top copy traders within various exchanges. For example, some of us have been also notified that we are in the top 1%. For example, Phishing, which also has built Trade Harbor, your friendly Davitech dashboard on which you can link the strategies via an API key or sub account as well in order to check the evolution in real time. Also, some people have some challenges. For example, Phishing has a $1,000 challenge on which you can follow along and see what's happening. Also, Reed has been doing amazing lately. He's in the top copy traders, which is amazing to see. We can see definitely here like plus positive 66%. Also here 113% in the profits. So yeah, overall, very happy that everybody is killing it lately. If they sent you a DM, any backtest, you can check it again. Sure, I'll check after the voice chat. No problem. Also, guys, over the streams over YouTube, X, and Twitch, let me share again the link. If you wish to join our conversation, you are more than welcome. Tomorrow we are going to be here back at a similar time. Yeah, I suppose that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow at a similar time, similar hour, with some strategies, some news, projects, what's happening within Davitech. All good. Yuri, my friend, thank you very much for being here, and also everybody else.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a good day.